So the Sixers had some wheeling and dealing last night, guys. A little reminiscent of Sam Hinkie. We have nobody at the helm up in the front offices. Usually this is, what GMs do during the year. They got their scouts out there, seeing what college players are really going to fit each system, so on and so forth. Well, we had Brian Colangelo going into this, and after that whole fiasco, he's no longer here. So we have no GM, we have no king running this organization. Brett Brown is in this position right now. I don't think it would be a good idea to really, and we knew, I had a feeling this wasn't going to happen. I don't think we'll even have a GM until closer to like August. What's up, Eric? But as of right now, this is Brett Brown's baby, basically. I think he's going to have a lot to do with the decision because the owners that we have know nothing about basketball. Scott O'Neil, this was basically buying the Sixers was an investment. But they did some wheeling and dealing with LA last night. They traded, we had 6 picks, by the way, the most out of any team this year in this year's draft. We got the 10th, the 26th, 38th, 39th, 56th, and 60th. So 2 firsts, 4 seconds. And usually second round picks don't really convey. So what we did is we traded the 39th pick to the LA Lakers for a 2019 pick from LA, which was in turn from Chicago. So it could be a good pick, second round pick for next year, and some cash. So they want to open up some cash, get some cash, throw it towards a free agent or whatever you, get some other talent to really help us out, and that's fine. We have so many second round picks from now to like 2021. I think when we did a video a few years ago, we ended up having like something ridiculous, like 21 second round picks. I don't know, it was something crazy. And that's all, to Sam Hinkie, having all those picks wheeling and dealing. And I don't think this hurts us at all. That's fine. What were we going to do with those picks? It would probably be a stash player, possibly, anyway. We still have the 38th pick, so it's somewhat high. Why not get some cash out of it and you add to next year's draft? I don't know if LA really had any second round picks, so maybe they try to package that up and do something to benefit us. I know some people were probably upset because you're thinking, well, Sixers are trying to have as much ammunition as possible to really trade up and get into the top 5. I don't think any of those second round picks really would have been enough ammunition to really jump up to that anyway. You'd probably have to package the 10th, obviously, the 26th, a second or a couple second rounders, and a player. Teams have inquired, since the Sixers were trying to jump up, teams have inquired about Robert Covington and Dario Saric. Sixers said, nope, put that to a halt. Those guys are off the table. They are not going to be involved in any trade whatsoever. I figured they were trying to trade up. Yeah, the Lakers, you mean? I'm New Jersey. So we will see what happens tonight. I'm super stoked about tonight. A little nervous, too, because we don't really have anybody at the helm. This is Brett's, first time really doing this, being in that driver's seat to really get who he wants. I don't know if he's going to have the power to, I'm assuming he is, to kind of package or put players involving in trades, so on and so forth. It's going to be a lot of wheeling and dealing tonight. So I think it's going to be an exciting draft, but if we do trade up, who are we really going to go after? Is it going to be Michael Porter Jr., Luka Doncic? I know the Hawks are really high on Luka. I know they're really high also on Trae Young. So I don't know what's going to happen tonight, but our ideal fits, obviously, Mikal Bridges has got to be at the top of the list. He's my number one who I really want. If we could somehow land a Luka or Michael Porter Jr. would be awesome, but he is injury. He's injury prone. And being this, having that young, it can only get worse as he gets older. So I'm kind of skeptical about taking him. Yeah. I was talking about the Sixers trading up. Yeah, I am New Jersey. I think if there's going to have to be a player involved if we're going to jump into the top 5. Now, you look at the pairing partners that the Sixers could possibly trade up. The best ideal fit would be trading with the Grizzlies because they're offering that 4th pick. What about Jackson? Bagley's gone. He's definitely going. I see him going to the Kings. I think they really are high on him, and you pair him with Fox, and they're going to be a dominant force. But what was I saying? For us to be able to jump up, the pairing partners, like I said, the Grizzlies, You know, they want to give up their pick, but you have to take on Chandler Parsons' contract, and it's a lot. But if we don't have to give up a Rocco or a Saric, like we said we weren't, I don't know if that's completely off the table either. Because say the Kings do trade out, which they won't, but if you offer the second overall pick and you have to give up Saric, I think I would do that. If you're really high on a guy, like say we did have the chance to get a Marvin Bagley, oh my God, hands down, I would do it in a heartbeat. I love Saric and all, but to have Bagley in there would be awesome. But you're going to have some type of substantial player in these trades. You know, a slow second-round picks doesn't really mean anything because most of the time they don't convey. Have they happened before? Yeah, but it's far in between. A lot of the guys, even in the first round, don't even convey into being any stars. But I don't know what the Sixers are going to do. This is a big question mark tonight, and it worries me just because this is Brett's first time kind of doing this. We don't have anybody at the helm that's done their homework. What about trading for Luka? Everybody's really high on Luka. If we can somehow land him, I wouldn't be opposed to it. I don't really know the kid's game. I've only, you know, what I've heard on ESPN, obviously, and some YouTube stuff, but you can't judge off of what you see on YouTube because it's all highlight videos. I don't watch the European game. I've heard that he's the most NBA ready. So obviously you want to add a piece, that a guy that's young but is definitely NBA ready and could probably fit in with this team with Ben Simmons. But I'd like to definitely get, I know it sounds crazy, but just some insurance to get another big man coming off the bench, because when Embiid goes out, we don't really have anybody. You know, Amir Johnson and so on and so forth. I don't want any of that. I want a surefire stud that's going to be back there and going to be able to help this team contend and grow. When Embiid's out there, we have no shot blocking. For some reason, they're not really high on Rashawn Holmes like I have been. I really like him, but he's not a defensive stud either. He's a high-energy guy, but if you're able to get a guy that's going to be able to block shots, defend, get your rebounds, I think that would benefit the Sixers the most. If you can get a Jaren Jackson Jr. You want Enes Kanter? No, I want nothing like that. I want no parts of that. But if we stay at 10, I've heard reports too, if we do stay at 10, that Zaire Smith is on the Sixers' radar. And I would love to have him here, but I'm not taking him with the 10th overall pick. I think that's way too high for a kid like that. I definitely think you could still nab him with the 26th pick, if not package maybe 2 second-rounders to jump up into the low teens, maybe 19, to get him. But I'm not taking him with the 10th overall pick. He's a stingy defender, high-energy guy, freakish athletic, can hit the jumper, you know, from time to time. But the 10th overall, no, I'm good. And we need perimeter. We need perimeter defense. So he would fit perfectly along with Bridges. But Bridges is so far ahead of him. I just don't think Mikel's going to fall to us at 10. Kawhi Leonard, nah. I don't want Kawhi Leonard. If it means giving up Fultz, Saric, Covington, the 10th pick, it's not worth it to me, because it's not guaranteed, for one, that he's even going to stay with the Sixers. He's really showed interest in wanting to return back to his hometown out there in LA. He's a Cali boy, so he showed interest. He wants to go play for LA. It's not worth it to me to give up our future, especially what we gave up to obtain Fultz, to just give up on him after 14 games and just trade him away to get 1 year of Kawhi Leonard. Nah, I'm good. I would pursue him in free agency in 2019, but I'm not trading our pieces to acquire him. Too many stipulations with Leonard. I don't want him either. Yeah, I'm good. You know, we don't know what's going to happen with LeBron. I don't think he's going to come here either, though. Don't be surprised if the Sixers have a very quiet offseason. Anthony Davis, that would be amazing. I would love to get Anthony Davis, but we don't have the assets to obtain him. We'd have to give him like Ben Simmons and 3 first-round draft picks. Boston ideally has the best situation to obtain Anthony Davis or Kawhi Leonard, because they have the young nucleus, and they still have the young nucleus to give up and still have a good squad. They could give them, Gordon Hayward or Kyrie Irving. They've got potentially 4 first-round picks. But right before the draft, the Sixers are already doing some wheeling. But nothing big, So we still have the 38th pick, which was fine. We would have had back-to-back, but nothing crazy. I don't think this makes or breaks the Sixers at all. So, second round picks or whatever. A lot of stash. Most of the time, they're stash players. We have Jonah Bolden coming over as well. So if you can add length and athleticism to go get Jaren Jackson. I know a lot of people are high on Mo Bamba. He scares me. I think he's going to be a bust. He's got no offensive game. He's mostly just a one-trick pony at this point, at this juncture in time. Could he build a game or an offensive set? Maybe post. He can shoot a little bit. Yeah, but he's rail thin, and he's got super freakish length at 7'10" wingspan, which is insane. But in my mind, he's not a top 10 pick. He's not a franchise-altering player. I don't see him really being a game changer for anybody. So if anybody won him, I would trade back and take him 11 to 14 is where I think he more deservedly needs to get picked than going in the top 5. So draft-wise for free agency, who's missing the piece to push us? We need a perimeter defender, and we need another guy that can really score on his own. Do you like Grayson with Philly's second-round pick? I hate Grayson Allen. I want no parts of that whiny, spoiled, rotten, pretentious scumbag. So, no. I wouldn't waste a draft pick on him. Nope. Want nothing to do with Grayson Allen. But, I'm so excited to see what happens tonight, and it would really be crushing if Mikal falls to the Knicks at 9, and we could have got him with a pick. One more pick. So I'm hoping he doesn't go to New York, because then we'd have to deal with him, deal with the Knicks, him being in our division, and I just hope he somehow magically falls to the Sixers. What's up, Landon? At 10. I don't think it's going to happen, but I don't want Zaire Smith with the 10th overall pick. If we're going to trade up to go get, let's hopefully, Luka Doncic or a Jaren Jackson, then I'm all for it. Or a Michael Porter Jr. He just scares me. I know he's got a ton of talent offensively, and he probably would have been the consensus number 1 overall if he didn't get didn't get hurt with that back injury, but that scares me. I don't want to take an injured player, even though he does have the potential, but having such a major injury, being that young, it's only going to get worse as you get older. So, what do you guys feel? Any input on who you think the Sixers are really targeting? I'm hearing that Luka's definitely falling. What's up, Philio224? Yeah, I'm hearing that his stock is falling, and I think it's consensus that Ayton's going number 1. Yeah, Bridges. Yeah, I would love Knox too, Reed and Embiid. Not Kevin Knox, if he could fall to us at 10. If Bridges is there, if he's gone though, Mikal Bridges, Knox would be my second guy I'd like to chase. I really love Lonnie Walker though too, I'm not going to lie. I would take Lonnie Walker with the 10th overall pick. Crazy freaking athlete, can score the ball in a multitude of ways, can get to the 10, but super freak athletically, a great defensive player. He just screams special to me. I really like Lonnie Walker. But to have Kevin Knox, I think he's a great fit. He's a bigger guy. I don't know if he'll be able to defend threes at the next level, but we'll have to see. But he can score in a multitude of ways. He can get to the 10. He's got a great stroke. Bigger body guy, about 6'9". Kind of like a Tobias Harris, just without being able to put the ball on the floor as well as Tobias. But I wouldn't mind Knox at 10. It just makes too much sense for Bridges here, His mom works with the Sixers. He went to Nova. He's a Philly boy, but so is Lonnie Walker. Lonnie Walker lived in Reading. So for him to be able to play for this franchise too, I'm going with Lonnie Walker if those guys are out. Anybody but Trae Young, you know what I mean? If we trade up to go get whoever. Jaren Jackson, okay. Luka Doncic. But we'll have to see. Wait and see. All right, guys. It's Kyle Gaffner. The Bitter Birds. Sixers trade one of their 4 second-round picks, so we only have 5 now. And we add to the slew, the plethora of second-round picks that we have obtained over the years. So, We send the 39th pick to the LA Lakers for a 2019 second-round pick and some cash. Let's see if we can spend that cash wisely. All right, Brett, let's get this done tonight. Peace! Go Sixers!